Hey boys and girls, welcome back. It's me, Keith the Misprint Guy, and welcome to week 25, in which I share with you all kinds of strange and unusual cards from my game called Magic the Gathering. Misprints, test prints, if there's something downright weird with it, I want to share it with you. Now, what do I have for you this week? Well, for those of you who have seen my videos, one of the things that I mentioned was once I hit 250 subscribers, I would share with you one of the coolest dark rituals I've ever seen. And well, we passed that mark, so want to do that. And here's the thing: once I hit 500, 750, 1,000, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the coolest dual lands I've ever seen, and a holographic magic card, and a red Power 9 card. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not. You need to stay tuned. You need to subscribe, okay? So how about that dark ritual I was talking about, alright? Well, one of the things that I shared with you in the past was a Fallen Empires card in which we had a front and a back on one side, and then we had a front on the other. Well, we had something quite similar happen when it came to Mercadian Masks. So here we go. Here's that dark ritual I was talking about. We have a front and a back on one side, and then we have a back on the other side. Now, unlike those Fallen Empires cards with the back on the normal side, depending on what judge you talk to, you are allowed to play with these cards in tournaments. And they seem a little bit more easily persuaded when it comes to a card that is a sorcery or an instant, because, once you start dealing with permanents, they're actually, as you can see, they're kind of hard to read. So, if it's something like a Counterspell or a Disenchant, those are a little more, they're more likely to allow you to play with them than something in here that's like a land or a creature. But anyway, if you get any of these and you get a good card, obviously you need to check with the judge first. So now, how exactly did something like this happen? Well, it's actually quite it's quite simple. You have the card and it was ran through the back like it normally should have been, and then you had the front printed like it normally should have been, and then you had another back printed relative to, the other side, so it got ran through one extra time, and that's how a card like this ended up they ended up looking like this. So, due to the fact that, it's kind of hard to read these, so let me just drop in a couple of scans of the better cards for you. Alright, so there you have, that is a Counterspell, and then there is another scan, and that is the Dark Ritual, and then, the Disenchant. So, the cool thing is, Mercadian Masks, not the, not the greatest set in the world, but the good news is, well, I guess you could call it good news, but this is the last set in which we had the Dark Ritual and, Counterspell as well, other than some, weird kind of crazy printings of it. As far as our basic sets, that's really it. I think that's the last time that they were printed, and so thankfully, just in time for them to not be printed again, we get these really cool, really cool mistakes. So that's, as far as the explanations go, that's exactly how something like this can happen. And one of the things that I want to stress to you is, these cards all got printed on one sheet. Now they, so you have probably about 11 by 11 large poster size sheet, and it includes one of every common. And so far as I know, there's only one sheet. There could be two or three, but I have yet to see two of the same card, and I have not seen any of these in a long time. They are quite expensive. I got lucky and got a bunch right when the set first came out, but as of right now, it's 2012. You can expect to pay at least $150 for one of these, and that does not include any of the good cards. Trust me, those are going to be a lot more. So good luck finding them in the first place. You might even have to pay a lot more than that. And one of the things that I really need to stress is, due to the fact that this is the type of misprint that would, encompass one sheet, the thing is, if you end up finding a misprint like this, because who knows, they might print some other cards in the future like that. If you are lucky enough to pull one of those cards out of a pack, you need to go back to the counter and buy more packs, because if it affects one card, it's going to affect the entire sheet. There are a lot of misprints like that, and I usually tell you that in these videos. If you find one, there are several more, so you should go get more packs, because who knows how many of these you're going to find, and they are certainly worth more than the 5-10 cents that most people, if you're lucky, will give you for each comment. These are worth a lot more. So yeah, hey, if you've got questions, comments, concerns, you feel free to get a hold of me. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon, so take care.